welcome back to Hip Humans. Today I have a very special guest. This is Anna.
Hello.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Anna, and I am going into my 4th year at UF as a student. So, yeah.
Yeah, she's the best. We met because she's a trainer.
Yes.
And at Southwest, shout out Southwest Gym. And yeah, we trained like, how many months was it? Like a while.
About 3 months, probably.
Yeah.
Actually,
no.
no.
I think it was a year and a half.
Yeah,
It was a horrible time.
Actually, no. It was January through May, so like a little over 4 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, we bonded over that time, and she actually taught me a lot about physical fitness. Yes. I'm not a woman in STEM, and I don't understand most things about science. And when she was training me, she would always point out these like cool tips and tricks about muscles and the way they move. And you're an APK major, right?
Yes.
So you how did you discover that like fitness and like APK was like your passion?
Yeah, so it's I've always been into fitness. So I grew up running, and my parents ran. My mom was actually a marathon runner, so
That's
she
awesome.
got me into running. As long as like 5 years old, I started running like 5Ks. So yeah, I then joined soccer. That was my sport for a while, and then I did a cross country team in high school, and then I joined the track team and the weightlifting team. So I was always into it, but I also really like the medical field, like nursing, specifically like emergency medical services. I'm really into that. So I went the nursing route, decided then that wasn't for me, and started working at rec sports and realized I liked that a lot better. So I should switch to exercise science. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's been long in the making.
So with APK, is that first of all, that stands for, oh my god, I always butcher, applied kinesthesiology and
applied physiology and kinesiology. Yes.
That's awesome. So what is that? What do those words mean?
Yeah, so physiology is basically the study of metabolism, or how your body makes energy off of the food you eat, and all the processes that go into that. So we study how the body reacts, and how your metabolism reacts to exercise, and then how you can then maximize that to tailor to people's needs. And then kinesiology is more the study of like how the body moves. So we take courses in biomechanics and physics.
Oh, wow.
And we also learn like a neuroscience side of it. So it's kind of just a lot of learning how the body moves, how the body works, and how you can use that to then create exercise programs for people. So pretty cool.
Wow. When was the first time? That's literally like, it's crazy. Like when you're not a STEM major and you hear like, it's like insane that like my assignments are like make a puppet show. You know what I mean? So it's like so cool that like you're doing this like really technical stuff. Like that's just amazing. How old were you, or like what age, what grade, when you realized that you had an interest in like the scientific side of like, exercise?
Yeah, I think a lot of it stems back to biology. Like a lot of it is really intertwined, like all of the science studies of the body and everything. So even in elementary school, when you take biology, you learn about some anatomy, you learn about some of how the body works. And that's a very introductory phase to like the physiology side of things. So I was always really into it. And then I took I did IB in high school, and I did HL Bio.
Slay.
And I loved it. I mean, I just like all the information was cool. I liked learning more about biology and how all that stuff works. And biology and physiology are very intertwined. So I actually started off as a biology major. Before I was a nursing major. And then realized all the chemistry you have to take as a biology major. God. And I was like, I only like biology. I don't want to take chemistry courses if I don't have to.
Yeah.
So yeah, it turned into applied physiology and kinesiology as the next best choice. So, and I only have to take intro to chem. So yeah.
Oh my god, that would destroy me emotionally. That's insane. What's your like favorite? Do you have like a favorite class that you've taken at UF so far, like in that realm, or like something that like really made you, because I feel like, I mean, there's a lot of great classes that you can take here, but I feel like as a college student, there's like usually like 1 or 2 classes that actually really make you like excited to learn and feel like you really know something that you can apply in your future. So like, do you have any classes that were like that for you?
Yeah, for sure. Especially this past semester, actually, this last spring, whenever we met, I was taking 2 APK courses that I actually didn't mean to take that semester because they were more senior level courses, or like ones that you would take as a senior if you were on track. But my courses were full, so I ended up taking strength and conditioning and fitness assessment and exercise prescription at the same time. I had the same professor for both classes, was Dr. Gordon, and he said he technically isn't a professor, he's an instructor because he doesn't do research, he wants to teach. So he was so into teaching. We had a pretty tight-knit community. We had a lab. We had a really nice TA. The undergrad TAs really helped us out during office hours. And we, like one of our labs, we were literally bench pressing.
Oh my God.
One of our labs, we were doing the functional movement screen, which is what I did with you the very first day that we met.
So scary.
And then
I aced it, by the way.
Yes. And then, yeah, so like the labs were actually fun. Like I wanted to go to class. I like attendance for like the regular lecture wasn't required, but like I wanted to be there so I could actually see it. And I was like, dang, this is a first for a lot of the classes I've taken. And it directly applied to my job. So yeah.
Yeah, that's so incredible to me because I mean, at UF, obviously, it's a huge school. There's so many majors, and I would say probably the majority of them, or the ones that get the most, like, you know, like funding and attention, are like STEM majors. But your major is the first one I ever heard of where you like have to like there's a very physical component to your major.
Yeah,
like you can't like you had, I remember one time we were working out in Southwest, shout out.
Yes.
And we were in the new weight room, shout out again.
Yes.
And we saw 2 people from your class there also working out, and you were telling me how like you were saying like during your labs you guys like work out together and like learn the proper like form and everything. I just think that that's, you know, so incredible. Do you like that about your major, or do you wish it was more like how do you feel about that?
Yeah, honestly, a lot of the classes for the most part weren't like that, which is why that was really refreshing to like have a class where everyone was nice, everyone was wanting to learn and wanting to be there. But in general, like I do really like the whole APK major, like the Health and Human Performance College as a whole, because everyone there wants to learn, wants to be there, and for the most part, you don't see people that are taking courses there that they just have to take, unless maybe it's anatomy, because that's the other course that's at that college.
Yeah.
But yeah, we honestly, like, we don't work out together that often. If anything, that's something that like I would like to see more of. But I definitely will still see people from my classes in the gym and that I recognize, and I'll wave at them in passing and stuff. So it's nice. Yeah.
I think that's really cool, especially because like it's comforting too, because you want your, you know, your physical trainers, your, you know, physical therapists, all of those, you know, APK fields, you want them to, you know, not only have like a finite understanding of like what they're telling you like educationally, but also, you know, it's nice that they're like in practice in the field doing those things too. Like that's comforting to know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I would definitely say that anyone who is training, it would be beneficial to take those sort of courses. Because there are some trainers out there that just do like the NASM course online, and you can still become a personal trainer that way. But I definitely have gained a much deeper understanding of how it all works. And I feel like I much more know what I'm talking about now that I've taken all these courses on top of having the training cert. So I would definitely say like the training certification isn't necessarily everything, and it is beneficial to take like some sort of like exercise science courses. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the coolest thing, or like the coolest fact that you know about like the human body or like exercise?
Ooh. This one might take me a minute to think. You can
no,
just
you're good.
Cut some of it out.
Totally.
I guess one thing that I didn't know until recently officially, because I've always wondered like how to split your week in terms of lifting. That would like be the best way. But Dr. Gordon taught us, and we learned why you have to stress each muscle group twice per week in order to get the maximal gains. Which a lot of people will just do, like, say a 4-day split where they do chest, arms, back, legs, and that's like their whole week. They only stress each muscle group once. And I was used to doing some splits like that myself, or doing like some sort of push-pull. But yeah, apparently you have to do it twice per week. So that kind of shifted my way of thinking, I guess, of like how to do the programming for people. But yeah, so and there is a lot of deeper science behind it, but if you want to maximize your like muscle gains, your performance gains, you have to stress the group twice per week. So yeah, that's really cool. I mean, I did not know that. That's insane.
And I think why, you know, everybody wants to be in good, you know, physical health, good shape, you know, especially like, I feel like now it's like, especially like within our generation, like common for like, you know, gyms very much in style, like going to the gym, working out, you know, living your best life, being your best self.
Yes.
But I feel like a lot of people get really deterred from working out when they like go, like I know I experienced this like, you know, like a year ago or whatever, like going to the gym, and I would like go on like the treadmill for like 10 minutes and then be like, oh, I'm done. You know what I mean? Like I just didn't. There's like a gym anxiety is a real thing when if you're there by yourself and you like are not knowledgeable enough to know like what to do. What advice would you give to someone in that position?
Yeah, I think a lot of the gym anxiety stems from people thinking that people are looking at them and judging them for doing the wrong thing. And even us fitness professionals feel it from time to time. So like, you know, even me, like sometimes I'll take some time off from the gym, and then coming back, I feel a little uncomfortable, especially because I feel like as a fitness professional, I need to be in my best shape all the time too. So
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so it's like, it's kind of like an extra pressure added on, especially then when I take a break from lifting, and then I feel like I'm out of shape, even though to others I'm still in shape. And then I come to the gym and I'm like, I feel like everyone's looking at me. So like, I understand the feeling for sure. But the main thing is to remember that everyone's there for themselves, not to look at other people. And people might notice you there, but like, that's fine. Like,
you'll live.
Yeah, because like, you're also noticing other people, you know? So like,
definitely.
Like, and honestly, unless you're doing something that's really outlandish, like people won't look your way if they're not already looking at you. Like sometimes you do see people doing crazy stuff in the gym, and I'm like, I wonder what they're doing. But like,
definitely. We had that experience. We were doing the what's it called? The TRX rows.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
And you know, I'll put a video. I'll insert a video of what that is for those of you who don't know and aren't physically fit like us.
Yes.
It's like, you know, you're pulling your arm. I explained about it. You'll see it in the video.
Yeah.
But we were doing that one day, and like I do it very, you know, like my body is not like close to the ground. Like I'm kind of like,
you're at like a 45-degree
angle.
I'm
like at a 45-degree angle, you know, doing my best. And we look over, and there is this guy laying completely flat on the ground, pulling
180 degrees,
his body up like that. And it was literally so...
You'll have to insert a video of someone doing it like that for that portion.
Oh my god, yeah. I'll insert a video now. It was like, I don't even think you guys if you've never done TRX rows, maybe you don't get it, but like it literally like
blew our minds.
Because she was like, oh, you're doing so good, like at 45, and then we look over and this guy's like literally like obliterating
right me. Like maybe 4 feet away from us, like right across the way. So yeah,
you know, those things happen, and you know, comparison's natural and normal, but you just got to keep going and keep doing your 45-degree TRX rows, you know?
Yeah, and another thing too is like, depending on what your goal is, whether it's strength, endurance, hypertrophy, like muscle growth, your rep count and weight is going to look a lot different. So like if you're, say, in a heavier cycle, you might be lifting, you know, a plate on each side, for example. And then if you're stretching or trying to work out endurance, then you're going to be a lot lighter. Mm-hmm. So if you see someone, like, if you feel like you're working out with lighter weights and you don't want to be seen with lighter weights, for example, then like people don't know where you're at, you know. Mm-hmm. You might be working on endurance. Yeah. You might be working on hypertrophy. And if not, like, it doesn't matter, because everyone has a different muscle composition and different genetic makeup, different histories. So there's just a lot of factors that go into it that you really can't judge someone off of, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like, you know, when a lot of people start to work out for the first time, that's a very, you know, common thing to experience. And I didn't really realize that too until you started explaining like the science behind it, where it's like going to the gym and like, you know, running for like 30 minutes every day, you might not even see like a change in your physique, because it's really, it's less about like, you know, you can't just do cardio, for example, and just expect to see like it's like a very much like, if you need to do like at least a little bit of research before you would go to the gym, I would say, if you're doing it for like a purpose to like look a certain way, or, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And there's definitely a lot of people out there that don't really know what to do. And especially now in hindsight, like as a kid when I was writing my own workouts, and even in high school when I was like doing workouts from coaches, it doesn't correlate with what I'm learning now is like the right way to do things. So definitely there's a lot of misinformation out there, and so it's hard to know what the right stuff is. So I would just say somehow getting help from a professional, whether it's a trainer,
definitely,
and it doesn't even have to be a trainer. Like it could be a YouTube trainer. It could be like before I really learned how to program for myself, I had an app that I was on, like a program that a different trainer wrote. So like you can do stuff like that. So yeah, there's ways to get free help from a professional if it doesn't have to be as far as get it like going to a personal trainer specifically.
Yeah.
I
will say, if you are a UF student, I don't know, is Southwest open to people who just live in Gainesville, or is it just students?
So it's open to UF students and basically alumni of the school, past students.
Wait, that's cool.
Yeah, so, and you can look on Rec Sports too. There's different levels of payment. So it's more expensive like the further removed you are from the school, basically. Yeah. So like faculty, for example, I want to say it's around $145 a semester.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then I want to say and then this could be totally wrong, so you'll just have to, you know, pull up the chart or something. But I want to say for like an alumni, it's around $245 for the year or something to that nature. So
wow.
Yeah, but it's free if you're currently enrolled in classes. So.
Yeah, I would definitely say take advantage of that. There's the Southwest gym and then the student rec gym. I'm a Southwest girl myself. I also like live closer to that. But I would highly recommend doing the physical training program through the gym. My dad actually was the one who was like, you're doing this, because he's like, you're so lazy, and he's so right. And I was like, fine. And I would highly recommend doing that, but I would also say, when you're doing it, make sure that you're partnered with someone who you get along really well with. You know, me and Anna are like twins in so many weird ways. So it's like,
it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out really well. But
yeah.
I feel like working out is also like a very vulnerable thing to do, especially if you're not, you know, acclimated to working out on a normal basis. And so it's really important to feel like secure in who you're training with. So I would say that's really good advice, actually.
Yeah, for sure. And you actually can look at the different trainers online. We don't currently have pictures up for everybody, but we're working on it. But you can see a description of each of the trainers. Like we write our own personal like bios and what our different like specialties are, and different interests and stuff. So that's one way. If you want to like see who you might have a best fit with, you can request a specific trainer. But just in general, if, you know, anyone out there who like isn't at UF affiliated or like Southwest affiliated, working out with people you're comfortable with. This is like just in general a really good piece of advice, because like I said, a lot of factors go into like how you feel going into a workout too. Like, so like I would regularly ask like how did you sleep last night? Like, how are you feeling today? Like, have you eaten and stuff like that? And for some people, they might not want to answer those questions right away. So it helps to be with someone that is that thunder?
Yeah,
oh
that's what I was telling you. It's literally insane. Wow. I wonder if you guys can hear that. There's literally a humongous tsunami rainstorm happening right now. It's crazy.
I hope that was audible.
No, yeah, me too. I'll add in like a thunder sound effect. Did you guys hear that? It's crazy.
Wow. But yeah, moral of the story, be with people you're comfortable with.
Yeah. This is kind of random, but not really. I was thinking about this morning, actually, on my drive over here. So me and Anna are both really into Glee. Yes. And that's such a fun sentence to say.
Yes.
And like musical theater, we both did like random theater things in our life. And we were working out one day, and over the Southwest rec speakers, like throughout the whole gym, they played Defying Gravity from Wicked, but the Glee version. It was the most random thing, and we both were like, what? Like, we thought we were imagining it, but it was real. And so it's also just fun. It's like, it's fun to like be working out and then like be able to like have common interests and like laugh about things.
Yeah.
That definitely was meant for us, but
that was funny.
I can't even explain that. Like, that is so weird to me.
It was the fact that it was like our second session or something like that.
Yeah.
Like early on, and we had been on the treadmills. We're just talking about how we both had watched Glee, and then literally went from the treadmill into the studio, and then Defying Gravity came on. I was like, we were like 30 seconds ago just talking about Glee. So
yeah, that was cool. It was funny too, because like you look out and it's like playing across the whole gym. Yeah. So like you look out there and there's these like tough guys like lifting weights, and it's like
to Defying Gravity.
Yeah, and Rachel Berry's just belting over the Southwest speakers. So shout out to whoever picked the music that day, because that was incredible.
That was funny. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite workout?
A favorite workout? Honestly, it depends on like, sometimes like it changes. Right now, I think my favorite like workout or muscle group would be like the chest day, just because it's less miserable than doing squats and deadlifts. And yeah, I like benching.
Yeah.
So that would probably be my favorite, but sometimes I feel crazy and like leg day is my favorite. So it just depends.
Yeah. And Anna actually teaches, along with being a personal trainer, she also teaches like several like courses. And I know you do one where you run up the stadium steps. What's that like?
Very challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely gone through it on the stadium on several different occasions. But I've been teaching group fitness as well, just to elaborate on that a little bit, for 2 years now. And that was what initially like started my interest, that got me into APK. But I now teach boot camp classes outside, stadium conditioning. And then I used to do like indoor classes, like up on the stage with the mic and everything. Sometimes.
Wait, that's so cute.
I don't really do it that much anymore, but I do more of the outside classes now, because we don't have many outdoor instructors. But yeah, so stadiums, it's an hour-long class, and we run up and down the stairs for the first half or so, and then the second half is just body weight conditioning. I actually threw up during one of my classes recently.
Wait, no way.
Yes. Yeah. Because it was one of those, and this is a testament to how I also like am lazy when it comes to like meals and stuff sometimes too.
Oh, same.
So like I had eaten lunch, but stadiums was 6:30 to 7:30, and I was gonna eat dinner after stadiums. So I was a few hours out from having eaten lunch. We were doing a Gator Mountain, which is where you start from the very bottom and you run all the way up to the very top.
Oh, God.
All 90 steps.
That's insane.
And I usually go all out on it, because why not? And before that, I managed to chug my entire APK water bottle, because it was also really hot that day. So I chugged it, and then I was like, all right, we're gonna go on this Gator Mountain. Ran up to the top, and yeah, felt it coming, waited till everyone else started walking down, and then literally just threw up like right there.
Did they notice? Like, did the students in class notice, or did you like play it really cool?
Only one person noticed.
You're like, don't open your mouth about this.
Yeah, and luckily the individual was one that was already pretty quiet, so I knew that like he wasn't gonna he literally just walked past me and like didn't say anything as it was happening. And I was like, he's got me. He's not gonna say anything. Cool. Yeah. But yeah, so it worked out that we were at the top of the stadium, and I was like, all right, guys, go on down. And I was like trying to hold it down. Everyone went down, and then I was like it came out. And that's
brutal.
Lesson learned, if you're going to run up a bunch of stairs, maybe eat something first. Yeah. And maybe don't chug water beforehand.
Yeah.
Also, that might happen, but yeah, so that's just like that's a fun thing that could happen if you run stadiums.
Shout out to that guy who kept his mouth shut.
Yes.
Good
yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Another fun thing that happened once was it was a rainy day like this, and I was running stadiums by myself, and it wasn't raining anymore, but the stairs were just wet. And yeah, on 2 different occasions in the same workout, I tripped on the stairs. Like, I tripped once going up the stairs.
Oh no.
And then I tripped once going down the stairs too. And both of them were by 2 different groups of people. So that was fun too. Then that is the exact reason why now, like today, we're supposed to have stadium 6:30 to 7:30. I'm definitely going to be canceling it because
it is.
Like, I will refuse now to run on the stairs when they're slippery. So that's another tip. If you plan to run stadiums, don't do it when the stairs are slippery.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine that. My dad is always like, he has like an obsession with the stadium. Like, he's obsessed with it. And every time he visits me, he's like, let's go wake up early and like run the stadium. I'm like, first of all, who do you think I am?
So have y'all done it before?
No. Like, he keeps begging me and begging me. I'm like, oh my god, like, dude. But I now I'm kind of like, he's kind of wearing me down. Like, I feel like I should do it. But
y'all could come to my stadium class.
Totally. I'm totally gonna drag him to your stadium class.
Yeah.
He would love that. Oh my god.
Yeah, y'all should come. It'd be fun.
He's heard so much about you too. He's like, oh my god, I want to. Like, he definitely wants to. That's so funny.
Thursdays is 6:30 to 7:30 when it's not raining.
I'm gonna put her fitness Instagram. Follow it because it's actually, I love it so much. It's so entertaining to me. I love looking at it. And, you know, she gives info about all of her classes that she's doing, and you should definitely go to them. Do you want to tell them about your new job that you're doing?
Yeah, so starting this semester, I started working as the program assistant for 2 of the departments within personal training. So just as explanation of the way it works, personal training is divided into 3 departments. One of them is personal training. One of them is the In Motion Center, which is where we do free appointments for students. And then the third one is Changes, which stands for Create Habits, Adopt New Growth, and Enhance Self. And that's a 10-week-long program that's for, it's referral based, it's free for individuals to do. And it's for those who struggle to create healthy habits, basically, whether it's mental health, physical health. So I'm the PA for the In Motion Center and the Changes program. We had 2 PAs for it originally. Both of them just graduated this past spring. And I then just became a combined role of 1 PA for the 2, basically like 2 jobs in one.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they are basically separate jobs. So it is kind of like I'm working 2 at once.
Yeah. All right, guys, due to all the Taylor Swift videos on my phone, the storage finally collapsed. So, but guess what? I deleted Instagram, Spotify, you know, all my pictures so that we can finish out this interview.
Yeah.
So, Anna, as you were saying about your job.
Yes, I believe I was talking about the In Motion Center appointments. I don't know at what point during that the video cut off. So I'll just start at the beginning of me talking about In Motion Center.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a quick summary of the In Motion Center, the type of the appointments we have, which are free to all students. We do fitness assessments. You can get, if you're new and you want to get a tour of Southwest, we do welcome walkthroughs, which is a tour of the whole facility. You can get an equipment orientation, which is where you learn basics of how to use different equipment. And you can also do an body scan, which is what we did also on our first appointment, or an initial consultation, I should say, which is a machine that shows your body composition.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, pretty neat. And all of that's free for UF students. Just want to point that out.
Take advantage of that.
It's free.
Do
yes.
that. It's so cool.
Yes, and we were talking about like gym nerves too, and like I think those appointments are a great way to orient yourself to the gym if you want to learn without like if you want to like see the gym before you use the gym, like I would want to do that too. So
same.
Yeah. And then the Changes program, like I said, it's a 10-week long program that's free for students, or those that are referred from the student healthcare clinic, from the CWC or the Counseling and Wellness Center. And we currently have a session running. We've got about 11 participants here over the summer, and they do 2 movement sessions per week with 2 of the coaches, and they get 2 nutrition workshops and 3 goal setting workshops. And then at the very end of it all, we have a closing ceremony, like potluck style.
Oh, wait, that's so cute.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So my job as the PA is to handle the referrals. So the referrals come to me, I do the intake, I reach out to the person, see if they're interested. If they are interested, then I can then schedule sessions with them to tell them more about the program. So I basically just do all the behind the scenes work. I help with like the scheduling, the logistics, coach training, evaluating coaches. Like I work directly with our coordinator, Austin, and we just work on the program because I'm basically his assistant, but we both have a pretty like he's the main one, but like my voice is heard too, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, and then same thing with the Emotion Center. When we get appointments booked, I have a bunch of like Excel sheets and everything. I keep track of everything on. I keep track of if people show up, if they don't show up, intake paperwork, training our staff, and all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds really fulfilling.
Yeah, it's been a great experience so far. It's been nice starting over the summer because it's not so busy. But I am excited for like fall and spring because I know that we're gonna have more staff, we're gonna have more students, more appointments, and it'll be a little more exciting, I should say. Also, fall is just an exciting time, I feel like.
Oh my God, yes.
Especially this fall. I'm just excited for this fall. But
yeah,
it's been very fulfilling so far, and I'm excited for the next year. I'll basically be here in the PA position until at least the end of next spring, but potentially longer if I end up staying for grad school. Who knows? We'll see.
Oh my God, please stay for grad school.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it because Ryan, my boyfriend, just got into grad school.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Wait, here?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wait, that's so great.
Yeah, and my brother is also going to be transferring to UF next spring. So he'll be here for the next couple of years.
Yeah, the whole fam's going to be here.
Yeah, the whole fam's going to be here. And you know, I feel like everybody's experience, like as you live in Gainesville more, you hate it at first and you like learn to like it over time.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. I'm just now entering my liking Gainesville era.
Yeah. Like I think the first 1 to 2 years I definitely didn't like it here. Just because it wasn't home and I was like, I don't know any of the fun stuff here, but it takes a second to adjust. It's very unique. There's a lot of cool places if you dig deep around here.
Yeah.
So I could definitely live here a couple more years.
For sure.
And I feel like I would like to keep working as PA a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That seems like a perfect job for you too.
Yeah, it's been good so far. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that you got that job. That's amazing. Had to go delete some more things. The camera cut out again. But as I was saying, the moral of the story of this podcast is take advantage of the opportunities, physical fitness wise, that UF offers. There's so many different avenues and things you can do, whether it's group fitness classes or personal training, or even just going and working out, with your friends. There's so much to do here in Gainesville at the gym, and just really take advantage of those opportunities. So Anna, do you have anything you want to say to the podcast?
Basically the moral of the story is everything you just went over, but yeah, just in general, stay active, It's better to do something than nothing. And
yes,
like I said, it's best to stress a muscle twice per week. That doesn't mean that you strictly have to stress a muscle twice per week. Like, you don't have to beat yourself up if you have a week that you don't work out as much as you want to, or you're not as active as you want to. So I just want to put that out there. And yeah, just do a type of workout that makes you happy. And don't worry about what other people think. So yeah.
That's great advice. That's great advice. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be posting every Friday, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for being here. Bye.
Bye.